We've got the live team coverage bringing you complete analysis. So let's start tonight with political reporter Rick Albin. He's live in Lansing, where he just sat down with the governor one-on-one moments ago. Rick?
It's an interesting scenario here in Lansing, Brian, because we have seen a budget that has been rolled out that this governor believes will take a big step toward fixing the structural deficit the state has been dealing with for decades. He said earlier today that this should have been done 10, 20, 30 years ago. But since it wasn't, he was going to do it today. Obviously, there's some parts of this budget that many people will not like because it involves cuts, a lot of them. There will be cuts to people who currently, I guess I should phrase it a different way. There is a proposal to raise taxes on pensions. People who don't currently pay on those pensions may be asked to pay at the same income rate as all other income earners. There are also proposals that would cut. For example, revenue sharing. It will be gone, at least on the statutory side for cities, and that will leave a hole in some of their budgets. And schools. Schools could take a big hit with just less than $500 per pupil being cut. But the governor says that there are ways that that money can be recouped. And here's how he says that might happen.
And healthcare, for example. If the school districts in our state, and this is on average, so there are exceptions in different cases, but on average, if they went to health care with an 80-20 split in terms of cost from where they are today, that would generate $300 million in savings. That's 60% of that cut number. Then we gave a second illustration of 10% savings on non-instructional buying. That's another $300 million. So it wasn't just to leave people without an option, but we're talking about best practice things, and we're talking about things we want to do at the state level or have done to say it's not about leaving them out there on their own. We're in this together, and we're not going to ask people to do things we're not willing to do ourselves. That's fair. That's a good answer.
Now, the governor knows he's got to get the buy-in of the legislature, and he says he's willing to work with them. If they have good ideas, he'd like to have those included, too. But he also says he'd like to have this plan passed largely intact. In other words, he doesn't want it dismantled and done piecemeal, to use his words. So now the big question is, will the 148 members of the House and Senate get together and get behind this? Can he get 56 in the House? Can he get 19, plus the one that he'll need from the lieutenant governor over in the Senate? That's what we'll be covering in the next weeks and months. Live in Lansing, I'm Rick Albin, 24 Hour News 8.